Medical information is powerful evidence, but it is also a piece of a person's private life. This unit asks lawyers and students to slow down before the chart becomes just another exhibit. The central discipline is simple: obtain only what the law permits, protect what has been entrusted, and present medical opinion without turning an expert into an advocate in a white coat. Medical information is never merely another piece of evidence. It contains a person's illness, vulnerability, and dignity. For the lawyer, therefore, the duty begins before the record enters the courtroom. We must obtain it lawfully, through valid consent or lawful authority. Protect it faithfully from unnecessary access, use, or disclosure, and present it honestly, without distortion. A selective disclosure or improper influence on experts. These are not three separate obligations. They form one ethical chain. If any link fails, privacy may be violated, evidence may lose credibility, and justice itself may suffer. A hospital chart does not arrive with one legal label. It may be private, confidential, privileged, relevant, inadmissible, or all of this at once. The lawyer's first mistake is to compress everything into the word confidential. The better habit is to ask which rule is doing the work, because each rule answers a different question. Medical data carries unusually intimate details: illness, treatment, medications, family history, sometimes genetic or psychiatric information. Even when a lawyer has a legitimate need is not the same as entitlement. Once the file enters the law office, the lawyer becomes a custodian. The duty is not merely to keep quiet, it is to manage the record securely. The Data Privacy Act may permit processing when medical information is necessary for legal claims. But permission to process is not permission to do everything. It is not a subpoena. It is not a waiver of privilege. And it is not a ruling on admissibility. Authority opens the first door only. The lawyer must still pass the next gates. Relevance is not enough. The question is not whether the entire chart contains something useful. The question is how much is genuinely needed for the legal purpose. If the issue is a fracture, the lawyer should not casually expose unrelated psychiatric, reproductive, genetic, or infectious disease history. Lawful access does not authorize unlimited disclosure. A lawyer may explain the legal issue, organize the records, clarify terminology, and prepare the expert for court. That is preparation. Coaching begins when the lawyer pressures the expert toward a conclusion, hides unfavorable material, or edits away uncertainty. The best expert helps the case by remaining independent. Security is not clerical housekeeping. It is part of professional responsibility. Medical records should move only through controlled channels, to verified recipients, and for defined purposes. Copies should be limited. Access should be restricted. When lawful retention is no longer necessary, disposal should be deliberate and secure. A court case is not an invitation to publish a patient's life. Even when a record is lawfully obtained and relevant, counsel should ask what actually needs to enter the judicial record. Sometimes an extract, stipulation, reduction, sealed filing, or focused expert testimony can prove the point without exposing everything else. This unit ends with a working protocol. Check conflicts first. Justify the lawful basis. Limit the scope. Secure the record. Preserve expert independence. Verify authority, relevance, reductions, accuracy, and limitations before use. That is ethical lawyering, not timid advocacy, but advocacy disciplined by privacy, evidence, and professional honor.